money after work and after doing some hunting and searching season for rims, but I wasn't going to make a video about this, but the universe wouldn't let me alone till I did this. Just about what learning and being taught is, okay? I'm not talking down to anybody, just there's a difference between learning and being taught. Humans naturally despise being taught, but they're told they have to be taught. But humans are naturally learners. They want to observe, find, experience, and understand, okay? But if you've been learned and you don't have a paper that said you were taught, you don't mean nothing, right? Okay, there you go. And what led to this? Okay, what you've been taught. The difference between learning and taught, okay? What you've been taught, I'm trying to simplify this quick. I'm not talking down to anybody. I'm a freak, okay? I'm trying to explain how I see, and just to get you to open your mind and your human brain that why you don't like learning or why you don't like being taught, because there's a conflict there, okay? Learning is human nature. Being taught is not. It starts the minute you're born and the minute you learn to talk, or your mind. Okay, now this is admittedly only for humans that have eyes that work. Okay, not blind people. So haters, this is just, but here's the first point. When you're old enough to be taught, you learn the language of your area by hearing, and you're learning that yourself. You learn to speak yourself. Nobody's teaching you that. Your own human mind is hearing and making you understand. There's nobody showing you books, and here's what this sound is. You learn your native language automatically by learning, not being taught, okay? There's number one. Here's number two of being taught, and if being taught is correct, or learning. Humans that have eyes that work, okay? Every human eye is different. Google it, snowflakes. The first thing you are taught when you get into school, or even around your family, like, you like the color of that car? That color is blue. You like that truck? That color is red. You see that grass? That's green. Okay, you are taught from the minute your mind is learning and the language and how to move your own body and go from crawling to walking. You're learning that, but then all of a sudden this being taught is forced upon you, okay? Human eyes that work. All are different, period. Okay? The green car, or the green grass, the blue car, the black roof on the house, the gray house down the street, the white snow. You're taught, and in school, when you're little, then they will put a chart of different circles or blocks of different shades of colors. And they have a name for each one under each one, right? This is red. What color is that? Little Billy or little Jane? Yeah, you see, that color is red. Okay. What color is this? This color is white. And this one's black, where all hell breaks loose. And this one's yellow, and this one's beige. And human crap, that's where they started. Different colors. But here's the kicker. Think about it. Okay? You're taught what you're seeing as red is red. You are taught what you see as green is green, because they tell you that's what it is, and that's what you're taught. And it's pounded into your head. Your color you see as white is white by what you are taught. Now, here's a question. Very simple. Oh man, my smoke went out. Yeah, one of these fireproof cigarettes. There is no proof anywhere, anytime, any place, and you can Google this, research this. Every human brain, every human that sees, even blind people see, okay? It's different in their mind, but normal humans, you see a color red. You see this shirt? This shirt is supposedly, I was taught, this is orange. I see this color, and it's orange. I see my chair behind me right here. It's like beige. That's what I'm taught. But I could be seeing a total different color than your eyes are seeing. Your eyes could see a totally different view of your area around you with all these different colors. But there's no way to know or prove the color you are seeing is exactly the same color in my mind I'm seeing. Get it? My white could be black to you. My orange could be purple to you. You're taught that. There is no way to know which way your mind absorbs and your eyes absorb color and you translate it. There's just a label for each different tone and dimension of color, but red to me could be purple to you or black or white. There's no way to know. See, laws of physics and stuff, and what you're taught, and all these laws, and this is what it is, isn't. Think about it. I'm just here to... They wouldn't leave me alone until I mentioned that. That's the simplest one. You're taught what a color is. You're not... There's no proof that what you see as red is what another human sees as red. You're just taught that shade is called that. Some humans only see in black and white. Some humans, their eyes don't work, actually do see in infrared. Electronic. Mental. Electricity, your whole body's made of electricity and water. They don't mix unless you get it right. Think about it. That's the first simple point about being taught instead of learning. I'm colorblind. They say, there's this color in this AO. Well, I don't see it in the colors you're stating, but I can see a form factor of it, but I don't see it in the colors you're doing. Or there's a number with it. We're all different. But yeah, I'm one of the abnormal humans because there's more normal humans do see that number inside that little circle with all dots than I do. So yeah, right, you're already labeled as you got something wrong with you because you're different. Don't believe that shit. Okay, now here's another kicker. Just about being learning or taught and how, I dog algebra because algebra is just a cheat sheet for people with information in front of them that don't know how to use it and put it in the correct order. That's what algebra is. All these calculations. It's just to make people confused and think you're an idiot when you're not. They're idiots too. They can't comprehend all the information, put it in the right line. So, and it doesn't work for everything. Now here's how laws of physics. Okay, laws of physics. I was just thinking about this after after I was hunting down a couple rims I needed. This is what pops into my head. Sun was shining, it was warm. I'm like, cool. And it's going to be a new moon night, last night or tonight. And it just popped in my head. Yeah. Laws. Laws of what you are taught in any type of science or anything. water boils Fahrenheit, American measurements, 212 degrees, okay? That is what, as American, in science, you are taught. And that is a law. That is a total fact, total law. Fahrenheit, water boils at 212 degrees Fahrenheit. Water freezes at 32 degrees Fahrenheit. That are the scientific physics laws, okay? Celsius, water boils at 100 degrees. That is the scientific law. In Celsius, metric, whatever deal they call it, but it's, Celsius is water freezes at 0 degrees. Okay? That is a law. All the calculations you see, if you do any science and you add up anything, what algebra goes by those numbers. Okay, but you know what? Those laws of physics and laws of humans that state total truth, that's the way it is, are wrong. And I will prove it to you. I don't know, they used to have it, my macaroni and cheese. Water boils at 212. But then, if you ever read a package when you were younger, it was said if you're at a higher elevation, boil for 3 minutes longer. Why is that? Because elevation means barometric and atmospheric pressure. And to boil water, the more pressure against it, the higher temp you need to boil it. So water that boils, and the law, if you look it up, states that water boils at 212 degrees Fahrenheit, 100 degrees Celsius at sea level, on planet Earth, at sea level. That's their gnat's butt right there. That's the law. But okay, take into this effect that is never in any equation. If you're going by sea level, what time of the day are you talking on sea level? Because the moon has a gravitational pull on the earth and the sea and the oceans, and it moves the water. It's called a tide. It pulls the water out, and as the moon moves farther away in its orbit, it allows the water flows back. So right there, you're talking 2 feet in some areas to 4 feet every 24 hours of sea level difference. Every 1/16 of an inch is an atmospheric difference by height of how much pressure is above holding down. Water boils. Is it distilled water? No, it's not. Think about it. At sea level varies. It's never constant. And I'm not talking storms, the tides, it's always changing. So what time can we measure to see if this water is actually boiling at 100 Celsius or 212? Or if it's freezing at 32 or 0? All the calculations are just close enough. There are too many variables on planet Earth to be a law of physics or outside in the universe. There are too many variables. But arrogance of human geniuses that use numbers that are cheat sheets because they can't figure it out and use calculations, algebra. Yeah, and you're taught that's a law of physics. That's a law. Water boils at 212 degrees. Well, here's another question. What kind of water? How much, what minerals are in the water? Is it distilled water? Which is no. I'll tell you that right. You want to have some fun. Is it distilled water? At a perfect 0 sea level. How much, what amount of minerals are in the water, because minerals will absorb heat faster than water will. So the amount of minerals, it will boil quicker, okay? It will freeze slower. You want to have fun, I'm warning you. Distilled water, no minerals. Distilled water will not boil, I don't know the exact temp, it's way above 100 degrees Celsius or 212 degrees Fahrenheit. You want to find out? I'm going to show you how I find out if I'm full of crap. But laws of physics, and it doesn't matter what sea level you're at. If you're at 0 sea level, at perfect in between, it don't matter. Take distilled water, and this is called, and this is another law of physics they got to explain a law that's wrong, but this is another law to try to cover it. Superheated water, okay? Do this, but stand the hell back. Wear protective clothing. Take distilled water. Buy it at Walmart for $1 a gallon, or I don't know, probably $5 now, because everything's going sky high, but there ain't no inflation. Get distilled water, totally no minerals in it, and then put it on your stove with a lid on it, crank up the fire as high to go, and get it to boil. Or faster, put it in a microwave safe container, put it in the microwave, and keep nuking it, which ain't really nuking it, just bounce the molecules together, which makes friction even in water, which makes heat. Okay, that's how a microwave works. Hello. Okay, but that's another story. Take distilled water, put it in the microwave until it boils. Take it out of your microwavable proof deal and set it out on the counter, away from anything else, or in the middle of a table with nothing on it. Take a salt cube, a sugar cube, salt, take anything that will dissolve in water sooner or later. Sugar is one of the kickers. Just granulated sugar. Right after you take it out and it stops boiling, that water, because it has no minerals in it, is superheated. I'm sure I'd have to look it up to see what it's got to be over 300 degrees, not 212. And take the salt or sugar, stand back, have your face shield, make sure nothing else in the way, and toss it into that container that you just took out that was boiling of distilled water. And it's gonna just explode. It's gonna have a reaction, just because that superheated water has no minerals, and it's trying to draw those minerals in. And when it draws minerals into superheated H2O, the gases have to go somewhere to replace what's coming in to even itself out. It blows up. It's called, it's superheated water, distilled water. There's people who have been burned really bad using distilled water, nuking water in a cup, in the microwave till it boils, then take it out, putting in instant coffee. Poof! And just freaking, you think boiling water 200 degrees burns human skin? Try superheated water. I said, you want to play with this, do it at your own risk. But right there's laws of freaking physics that water boils at 212 or 100 C, which is a lie. How many minerals are in it? What's the elevation? It takes 2 more minutes to get water to boil correctly to cook macaroni at 6,000 feet than it does at 4,000 feet elevation. And that's not taken into fact atmospheric pressure at the time, because for anything to evaporate in the gas, the atmospheric pressure is pushing down on it, hold it together. And you have to get it hotter before it will expand and get past that pressure and overcome that to evaporate into the atmosphere. Look at a pressure cooker. How come it takes 2 hours to cook a roast this big in an oven at 350, but you put it in a pressure cooker with a little bit of moisture, and then it's under pressure, more atmospheric pressure, it's pressurized. You can cook that roast in 40 minutes, just on a little flame on your stove on simmer. People that know how to use pressure cookers don't know how they work. It's under pressure. Roasted chicken, Chester's fried chicken. Fried chicken in an open fryer, it takes forever. Even a Burger King chunk of chicken or McDonald's thrown in an open fryer will take 5 minutes to cook it. Put that in a pressurized oil fryer, Chester, roasted chicken. Roasted chicken, you ever see what they're putting the chicken into? It's a big giant oil pot full of cooking oil, and then it's got a lid that clamps down tight. You can cook Chester fried chicken frozen, throw it in there all cold and everything, right out of the box they get it in. 10 minutes, it's done. Pressure. That's what you're taught. And all these laws of physics that are laws are not. There's too many variables. They're close enough. There's no way I can ever do anything perfect if even though I try. If something was totally perfect for 1 second of one day of my life that I designed, 2 minutes later, those variables would change and it would not be perfect anymore. That's how it works. I was supposed to tell you all that. I said, I'm not a teacher, I'm a learner. I want you to learn. Open your mind. Think about stuff like that. Okay? Just, yeah. Well, you know, what color you see is what that color is. How do you know? What you don't know. You could be seeing a totally different color. Water boils. Facts. Laws of physics. Arrogant humans. Scientists, this is a true fact. Well, water boils with this much amount of mineral at this amount of sea level at this time, boom, boom, boom. And then, and if they put everything and calculate it out in algebra, every number exact at that exact second, 30 seconds later, them variables are going to change. There's no such thing as a law. It's close, close, close. But open your mind and look and see the beauty and that. I'm a freak. That's what I think about. Stuff like that just pops in my head. I just went. I'm going to post a video about buying a couple rims for my trailer because it's so freaking cold out. It's only like 42 degrees today at all, and the wind's blowing. But I'm staying on the stick. But I said my hands and stuff don't work when it's below 50 at all because I got frostbite when I was a little kid because I didn't know any better. But it worked. So I went and I got other stuff. I got the rims and I got steel to redo the boat trailer now. I got the hubs. I got all of it. I'm just one step at a time. And I'm not going to get in a hurry because when you get in a hurry and it's not comfortable for me to do, I will make a mistake. If I'm comfortable working, that's when I do it. And then when it's for me, you know, you get paid to do a job, you got to do it no matter what. Bang, bang, by the hour. Even if you're not feeling comfortable that day, you need that job, you need that money, you have to do it. This is for me. When I'm comfortable doing it, I let it flow and let it come out. If it doesn't feel correct the day when I start on it, like, I just don't feel right, I stop. Because it's just me that I'm holding up, but I want it as close to as perfect as humanly possible as I can do. Which, if I would ever get it totally perfect, it would only be perfect for 1 second, and then everything around changes, and it would never be perfect again anyway. Okay? There you go. My twin brother, I said, yeah. I said, my twin brother, I was talking to him, he showed up, stopped by this weekend, and he said, yeah, and I said, yeah, loading the video on YouTube. Nobody watches your videos. I don't care. I said, I'm not doing this for money. I'm here to, if learn people. I'm not here teaching because I'm not a teacher. I'm a learner. I know how to open my mind and look, and I'm just trying to get people to do the same. Because being taught, humans hate. Humans are made to learn on their own. Open their eyes, open their surroundings to them. And you only get like, what, 8 views, 10 views. So, that's more than one. I always say, if I get 1 view and somebody watches it, if it's only one human that